Well, hello there, Dr. Bob Flower, and this is your September 28th, 2017 Master Pattern Report, brought to you over the Gilchrist International TV Network. And welcome. Okay, so let's look at how we've been doing with some of our prognostications and predictions. We haven't had a chance to talk about that much. But silver, as we've been touting all year, we said that we're expecting a move in the metals, silver, around this time. And we looked the other day from June 30th till, I think it was the first week in September, the 10th or something of that sort. Silver was up almost exactly 10%. And we're expecting that that's going to move further here towards the end of the year, as all sorts of mixed signals are going up. The economy is up, the stock market is up, real estate is up, but things are shaky, still not stable like we would like it, and that instability is getting weaker because I think there's been an overplay in many areas. We're starting to see a little shifting in the real estate market. As hot as it is, it's getting a little soft, and the market is we expect it to continue, but we do expect a pullback here soon, temporarily. Okay. By the way, we are expecting a large move. When I say a large move for a day, we're looking at October 4th. For those of you who are not familiar, we're looking at like, for instance, in silver, like maybe a 2%, 3% is a large move in one day. And I'm sure you'll agree with that, because if you annualize that, that comes out to an awful large move. So we're looking at a move there, and we're looking at a move in the market. The same thing. Oil, as you know, has been creeping up, but I think we're going to hit hard here on the oil. Typically, this time of year, oil does advance because we're approaching the heating season and people load up. So, and of course, the hurricane in Houston hurt our refinement facilities. So these are things that are impacting us, but we don't see oil going crazy here, or even hitting last year's highs. Okay. We have two new stocks that I'd like you to consider that we just invested in. Regeneron, which has come out with a new cure for dermatitis, and which they've been approved for, and I understand it's doing very well. That particular chemistry is now being applied to allergies, and they think they have enough sufficient testing to state that it will be approved for allergy correction. Right. The other is Illumina, terrific stock. We really love this stock. It's right now they're a genomic company, and they're working on a cancer cure enhancement. So and they're doing very, very well. A lot of the major biochemical and biotech companies are allied with Illuminati. So take a look at those two. We're going into them, especially the Illuminati. Okay. Now I also want to announce our frequency detection program has been completed. at least the first segment of it. If you remember, we demonstrated that on our little whiteboard a month ago, and it looks very promising. We're now going to do some testing to be certain of the results and to determine the percentage of accuracy. If you recall, this will detect moves almost weekly as to where when a stock or commodity or what have you is going to be making a turn. Okay. There are two other segments to that particular program that we have not developed yet. One is the ability to give a range, an actual price range of these changes in direction. Now that's something that we have not been able to do at all. Neither is anybody else. But we know that arrangement is possible on a very accurate and consistent basis. So that's the next segment, and there's a third segment which ties in volume, which also performs or assists in the performance of the detection mechanism. Okay, so we're going to be putting up charts and whatnot as we go along. Probably won't be for another couple of weeks yet, but that's we were able to pull that off and design that program, at least for the main portion of the program, the concept. Okay. Now a word about our biogenetic assessment program. This also is in development. Our main geneticist is going through the final stages of this particular program. We're putting together the final touches on the testing modules. We have temporarily made an arrangement or contract, actually, a partial partnership with a large DNA company, a clinic, and they are working with us to develop certain of our categories through DNA testing. For instance, weight loss management, sports development, longevity, diet, behavior mechanisms, right? Decision making. We are convinced at this point that these programs, through DNA and our testing formats, do work, and we're going to be ready to launch that. I'm sure by Thanksgiving we should be ready to go with that. If not Thanksgiving, then definitely by Christmas. But this is huge, folks. This is huge, and I want to tell you, I want to give you some proof of that. We used a very small portion of this program with one of our clients who is a young professional golfer, and he was sort of struggling. We took him through a portion of the program about 10 days ago. His next tournament, he shot 6 birdies in 12 holes. And that's because it took him 6 holes to get going with the concept, let the concept develop within himself. And 6 birdies in 12 holes, even for a pro, that's pretty darn good. So I was challenged at the time by him and some other athletes that we work with, amateur athletes, In that I was invited to a trap shooting competition in Pennsylvania over the weekend, which my lovely bride and I went down to participate. And I want to say, and I say this with pride and not ego, with 2 bad shoulders, suffering from polymyalgia, with 6 months worth of prednisone, where I'm shaking like a leaf, and the fact that I hadn't shot in exactly 1 year, I won the class, and I won it with 2 pressure-filled shoot-offs. So, and utilizing this whole format. And just part of the program. So if you have kids, grandkids, if you're a competitive sportsman, golf, tennis, bowling, whatever, that's just part of what this program could do. This program will do wonders, absolute wonders. And we're tying it in with my latest book, The Biology of Potential and the Mechanics of Change. And we are also contracted to do a documentary, which will be about an hour and 45 minutes, on the subject matter, the biology of potential, and this particular biogenetic assessment program. So we are busy, and we're doing great. We're enjoying it. And I'd love to share this with you folks. And if you have any questions or issues that you would like to put forth along these lines, we're going to be, once these 2 programs are filtered and ready to go, we will be having more programs instead of 1 half hour or 35, 45-minute show. We'll be increasing that hopefully by before Thanksgiving, if not earlier, as these programs become more solid in their effectiveness. Okay, so with that, we're looking forward to an exciting fall and a action-filled winter, and definitely a fantastic new year. So don't hesitate to contact us, email, Twitter, Facebook, online, whatever. We're looking forward to working with you and having a successful fall and winter. It's happening. Again, reality is not what it seems. Have a good one. See you next week.